So, yo, what's up? Preacher Albert and kung sino man nanonood to. And welcome to our review on engineering data analysis featuring data structures in R. I'm gonna do this for 5 days straight and not gonna stop. So, first up, we have the agenda for today's video. We have vectors, factor, matrix, list, and data frame. These are the data structures we are going to tackle in this R studio rather. Then, a vector is a type of array that is one-dimensional. Vectors are logical elements in programming languages that are used for storing data. So the activity on the vector is create three vectors, create a sequence vector, and extract a vector. To extract a vector, wait, let me do this. You need to have a read Excel and then you just import dataset from Excel and you select the file. So I already exported mine, which is sample data here. You can see it is an Excel type. Now created as a data set. So first, to create a vector, we give it a name. So vector slash name. Do this and type C. Then you just put the data name, Albert, then space John. Then here we are. If you run this, you can see it created a vector here, which has three characters, 1 to 3, named Albert, John, and Red. So to create another vector, we need to create three vectors. We could use v number. Then we just simply do this. 1 to 30. Is this running or I need C? Let's see if I need C. Oh, it doesn't need. So here we just created a number ranging from 1 to 30. So if you want to just do this 2, 3, 4, 5, let's see if we need to put C. Oh, we need to put C on this one. C, then okay. This should run. It run. It changes the value to 1 to 5, but let's change it back to 1 to 30. 1 to 30. We'll use that later. And then we run. Yeah, 1 to 30. An integer type. So let's try now boolean v. Boolean. So do this and we just do C. Then we type true, all caps, and false. Let's see if this runs. It runs. It type of logical and it's true or false given value. So next up, what we're going to do is a sequence vector. To create a sequence vector, you just name it sequence. Then do this and sequence. Then 1. Then let's have by equals 0.5. Let's see if this runs. If it doesn't, by hold on. Yeah, this should run and it runs. So it's sequence 1 creates a number that increases by 0.5 each time we add a sequence added. So ayan, 0.5 to 10 hanggang 10 is the final value. So if we make this like 20, then run, yan, we can see this number logic from num to 1 to 39, meaning that the 20 is the final value of the sequence. Let's bring it back to 10. So you can make another sequence by sequence 1, then sequence 1, then length out, length that out equals 1. Let's see if this runs. Oh, it's the same. And of course I forget. Now this will run. Here we have sequence 2, which is length by 1, and it only is let's do 3. Right. Yeah. We see the value of this length out, it divided by 3, and here we have the number from 1 to 10 by 3 values. Next up, what we'll have is we need to extract a vector rather. So to extract a vector, we just import the sample data. Okay. Yan. Kulang ng ganyan. We import the sample data. Yan. I'm pretty sure I have with Excel. Let me see here. It's attached, not import. My god. Attach sample data. That's why. This mass RFOS3 sample data is already attached. Next up, we create a vector by sample data. Say sample. What rows do we have here? Okay. Create gender. Sample v gender equals. We attach sample slash data. We use the $sign and gender. This will do. And we extracted the vector here, as you can see. It's 1 to 22, and the value of here is 1 to 22, meaning we created a vector with the attached value from the data. So next up, let me get back to this one. The term factor refers to a statistical data type used to store categorical variables. The difference between a categorical variable and a continuous variable is that a categorical variable can belong to a limited number of categories. A continuous variable, on the other hand, can correspond to an infinite number of values. So the factor activities we're gonna do is create 3 factors, then replicate a factor. So let's tune into our studio. Is it alright? Let's say that I think this one is not needed anymore. Let's save. And how do we control for the refresh? So to create a factor, we select a factor. Then we factor the variable name slash name. Let's run this. Here we have C factors with different level, ranging Albrecht-John 1 to 3. Then let's factor number. This one will have factor the number. Run this, and we have the factored numbers with the levels of 1 to 30. So then let's factor the boolean. Factor boolean. We have factor slash boolean. And now this, and we should run. Okay, we have factor the boolean with 2 levels. then what do we need to replicate a factor. To replicate a factor, we just replicate let's make another rep, and then we do this, replicate, then we just replicate the factor name. Yeah, this would work. Okay. And if we run this, invalid length. Oh, how many? What's the length of the matrix? Let's try it. Error, unexpected numeric constant. Then close it. Run. What's wrong with my code? Oh, I see. My god. Use 3 here. Then let's try. Run. Oh, the number comes first if you're factoring. So we can see replicate rep name. Where's the rep name here? It says 8 times 3 the given value. Here we have v1, v2, and v3. So next up in our list, we're gonna go with a matrix. A matrix is a two-dimensional array of number having a fixed number of rows, columns, and containing a number at the intersection of each row, each column. By storing values in a matrix rather than as an individual variable, a program can access and perform operations on the data more efficiently. So in the matrix, we have to create a matrix with 6 by 5 that contains a number 1 to 30. Fill the matrix by rows and make sure that the names of the row is A, B, C, E, N, F, and the names of the columns are blue, red, yellow, and white. So here you can see that we're gonna create a matrix with said numbers and letters and colors. So first we'll have to create here we're gonna create numbers ranging from 1 to 30. Then we're gonna create column and colors. What's the color there? We have to create it's letters first before colors. Letters, and the letters are A, B, C, A, B, C, and we have E. Then the colors are 6, I think it's blue, red, white, green, and orange. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's yellow. Yellow, white, blue, red, white, green, and yellow. Oh, the numbers are the letters rather are and we just put C here. This looks great. Run this. Let's create this and run. So here we have the color, the letters, and the numbers. So to create a matrix, you just matrix let's put a name first, my matrix, for example, then matrix, then we have to select what does it says on this one. So the numbers are inside. So n rows are letters and n columns are colors. Then okay. I think I got it now. So the matrix we have here, the numbers are inside numbers, and n rows equal letters, and n columns. Oh wait, this n columns are equal to letters and colors. Wait, why is that happening? Let me check first. Oh, we have to do length, and then we have to do names. Oh, okay. Length n rows, length, and that is, then n column, length, we have colors, then we do by first. Then we have to do names if I'm sure. Letters and color. Oh, here we have the typo. It's on the color. Then we get a closing tab. I think it's the spelling. Why is it like this? Bio is, let me check on this. Bio is your team names. Oh, we have to list it. Here, we have listed it. And that looks good. Let's see the matrix. And then run. Error, cannot find the length. I'm missing here. Is it the spelling? It is the spelling. I'm dumb as shit, bro. It's length, not like that. my bad. Happened to a matrix. Here we can see the matrix created. I'm dumb. We have 1 to 30 numbers on a column of the colors and the rows of the numbers on the letters. Make sure that rows are it is rows. Oh, it's correct. Next up we'll go. Oh, it's the list. List, when data cannot be represented by an array or a data frame, the list is the best choice, because this list can contain all kinds of other objects, including other lists, matrix, data frame, and in that sense, lists are very flexible. To create a list, let's see the activity. Create a complex list. Create a list that contains a numeric vector of 1 to 30, a sequence of number from 1 to 10, and the ordered factor of your top 3 favorite subjects. So to create this, uh-huh. We already have a 1 to 30 from the numbers, and now we have to create a sequence with let's create a sequence 1 to 10 from we have already a sequence from 1 to 10, which is sequence 1, and then we have to create an ordered factor of your top 3 subjects. So we need to have a favorite subject, favorite sub, then we just create here C, then this, then math, then comsci, then Java. Here we have my top 3 favorite subjects on this semester. We run this, then we have to factor it, so factor subs, then factor next up we have the factor. Now we create a list. To create a list, we just name the list. What do we name this complex list? Let's try this. List, then list, then we have sequence. What's the arrangement? The vector from 1 to 30. So we have numbers, then sequence 1, then factor subs. Now we run this complex list. Here we have the list, the complex list. So ayan yung list, the list of 3 factors with 3 levels. Now we will go to the next one, which is data frame. When a data cannot be represented as an array or a data frame, the list is it's not the meaning, but a data frame contains data from ranging. It's like an Excel. An Excel is also an example of data frame. So, but the difference, don't read that. The only correct portion of that is the logical comparison operator. When extracting the data frame, this is what we use. So in a data frame, I didn't even edit it. So let's just create a data frame from the given file. So let's not do that. Let's just create a data frame. Data frame, that frame. You have to name the data frame. For example, gender, then data frame, then we extract sample data, then wait, if we extract sample data, we can call data. If we create this, we have in here. Okay, then we have gender, then data frame, data dot frame sample data, hey, then extract gender. So let's see if we extracted the data frame from here. We created a data frame here. As you can see, it's 22 rows. We just extract data frame from like that. And so that's the first video of this review. It's about the types of data structures we're going to deal with when using the RStudio. So that's all. It's a no edit video, so I don't care, bro.